there's this lady whose job I took. Oh, I didn't really take her job. She died, and yeah, she died actually on Christmas Eve. And when she before she died, she was like really sick. I feel really bad. She was really sick, and as I'm doing her, I took over her job. As I'm doing her work, I'm realizing like how much like she fucked up. She fucked up a lot towards the end of her life. And so, as I'm doing her job, I'm getting real fucking frustrated, like, like, what the hell? Like, what's wrong with this lady? Where did these numbers come from? Come to find out, as I'm talking to my coworker, that towards the end of her life, she had a issue with her lungs. Like, she just wasn't getting enough. I don't know. I forgot. I was too fucking early to think. But she wasn't getting enough oxygen to her brain, which was causing her to mess up and make a lot of mistakes. And it's so unfortunate, you know. And I was sitting there, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, and she was a little older. She was like in her 50s, and that's not like completely old, but she was in her 50s. I say this because I have this plan for my life. I will not be working past 50. Do I have enough money saved up for retirement? No. Fuck no. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to be working at 50, over the age of 50. For what? If I got to live out of my goddamn car, then I will. My car will be paid off by then. But I'm not working past 50. By then, the girls will have been, adults well into their adulthood, um, done with school or trade school, hopefully. But I'm not working past 50. And I'm so fucking serious. I'm putting that shit in the universe. I love to manifest. I always, when I manifest, I always manifest after that. Like, I always realize that I manifested things, like, after the fact. But that's one thing that I will die on. That's one hill that I will fucking die on. Is that I won't be working past 50. I'm not gonna have a golden parachute. I'm not gonna, I don't have savings. I don't have anything saved up. But I'm not gonna be fucking working. I always wondered like if there's something that someone, like, for me, you know, I grew up thinking I wanted to be, go into law enforcement and be a police or a corrections officer because I come from a family of correction officers. So, I never thought anything outside of it. But as I grew up and got kind of wind of, how things worked and how people that look like me are, disenfranchised and the school to prison pipeline, fuck. I was like, yeah, absolutely not. And I think at that time I had kids on I had my daughter by then, so I could never put myself in any type of harm's way like that for a fucking paycheck or like even like put people in jail whether they deserved it or not. And I wasn't interested. I'm not, still to this day, I'm not interested in being part of a system. God, my eyebrows never match. Look at that. Oh well, I don't give a fuck. Anyways, I never want, I don't want to be responsible or be a paid babysitter for adults. You know, I think I'm like making a difference in the world. Because if we're being honest, like, do cops really stop crime like a superhero? I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything notable now. Like, I fucking do. I work in construction. I work in finance and construction. Like, I'd be doing more, making more of a difference as a cop than, paying people or dealing with money for that matter. Anyways, um, rest in peace, Phyllis. You know, I wish, she could have had a better life. I didn't know the woman because obviously I have her job. And if she was still alive, I'd still be not, I wouldn't be working. I wouldn't be unemployed, but, I wouldn't be working there. But I wish she could have had a better life. And, and I always had this thought not to be working past 50. What time is it? Okay. I always had this thought to not work past 50 before I even, like, started this company. But then seeing how, like, I started working there and got to know my coworkers and to see like her and not see her but see her work and hearing her story, I was like very much sold on the fact that I it won't catch my black ass working past 50. The fuck, I know this country doesn't love me and people who look like me, but this country doesn't love anybody. This country doesn't even love white people, for being honest. But I refuse. Do I have a 401k? I cashed that bitch out when I left my last job. I cashed it out. I saw where our economy was headed, and on. I'm not knowledgeable on, that side of finance. Even though I worked in the stock market, I worked for a company that deals in the stock market. I had no idea. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. But I know one thing. I was gonna take my fucking $50,000 401k the fuck out. It's sitting on my savings. Um, but I'm not specifically saving it for retirement. If I retire earlier, even better. Then maybe I did have a retirement savings. $50,000 ain't gonna get you much, not here. It'll get you living a couple of months, maybe, especially here in California. Won't get you far, but something's better than nothing. Anyways, I'm not gonna go like, details into her death because that's just not my story to tell. And I didn't know her, or I don't know her family, and I don't know how they would feel. They just so happen to stumble across YouTube and see a bitch talking about their mom or their, grandma or whatever. I don't know if she had grandkids, but I know she had kids. But it sucks. She lived alone, and it was, and this has nothing. It had nothing to do with her death. She would have died nonetheless, whether she lived alone or with somebody. Um, but I can't get over the fact that she was employed. She was employed till the day she died. God, my makeup looks completely different from the mirror than on this goddamn video. Um, but she was employed. She has a W-2. Like, she was employed until the day she died. And they kept her. They kept her. Employed. My boss. She was. Leading up to her death, she was sick for a couple of months, but he kept hope alive. I gave it to him for that. He kept hope alive and wanted to keep her on. She was there for more than 15 years. And, um, they tried to keep her as long as possible, but they just couldn't. Fucking zit. I don't know what that is, but that's it. Fuck. Um, that just won't be me. Even now, me working at that company, I don't feel like it's stable, if that makes any sense. It's not, no, I take that back. It feels stable, it just doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel like something I'm going to be retiring in. I'm there for the nice 6-figure paycheck. That's why I'm there. Um, I'm not trying to be there to make a difference. I want the money so that it can lead me to the life that I do want, which is being a farmer. That's what I love. I love farming. I love digging in the dirt. So that will lead me to that life. Anyways, there's my fucking, what day is it? Thursday. Is it Thursday? Shit, I got things to do. That's the end of my Thursday morning ramblings. So have a good day.